When you see that notification, we about to go live. Hit this track and do you dance like you Karen Lacey. Run it back and turn Matthew to the house, baby. It's Tingle and Co. From 7 to 9. Come keep with the show. It's a new era. Let's get it, let's go. From 7 to 9. It's Tingle and Co.
All right, good morning and welcome in on this Tuesday morning.
You're disgusting.
Go.
Uh-oh. Good morning. Appreciate you guys joining us here on Tingle & Co. on this Tuesday morning as we continue to bask in the glory of Saturday night in Death Valley Junior. And what was a fun time. But now we've officially gotten away from the homerism.
Sorry we're a little late. We had to get in the studio, get on the bus, drive around, and come back to get on the field.
Pet a rock.
Pet her ass.
Pet a rock on our way in.
I sprinted. Dead sprint.
18 miles.
You shouldn't be late.
But we appreciate you guys getting in here, hanging out with us. Make sure you like, you subscribe, share with your family, your friends, and maybe even a couple of strangers. What you got, Lloyd?
Sabron's right. We should have opened up the phone lines yesterday. I meant to bring it up. Still can.
Still an option. We should have opened up the phone lines. That's on us.
I thought about it, but then I forgot the number.
Yeah, we do need to get that part
Yeah.
figured out. But yeah, we will have it organized for this season. Phone lines will be opened up. 1,000%. Sabron Green, I feel like they should walk back up the hill after a loss. I like that. Sorry about my voice. I actually went back and listened to the show yesterday, and I was like, oh gosh, sound rough. But
that's how you know you care.
yes, that's how you know I'm a true fan. Right there with the people. I sound like an idiot after Saturday, but appreciate you guys getting in here, even after watching what was that, UNC TCU last night.
They said your mic sounds weird. I haven't changed anything.
Let me unplug it and plug it back in.
Give it a little hard factory reset. Sorry, Fonz.
Hello.
Better.
Let us know if the audio gets better. And if it's not the microphone, it's just my voice.
Yeah, it could just be you.
It could just be me. But appreciate you guys, like I said, getting in here and hanging out with us. I went back and I watched some LSU football, so I do have, I guess, a different view on it now than I did going into yesterday, because yesterday was just strictly memories and love and heartfelt enjoyment of the game. And I watched it with a little bit of a closer eye. We will have Glenn West join us at 8 a.m. this morning from 247 Sports to talk about the LSU game and his thoughts. One of the things that I wanted to ask him, because one of my takeaways was like, what question marks are still there for LSU after that game? Because it does feel like a lot of the question marks going into the game were kind of answered, and you saw the response, the answer to those questions, the solution to those potential problems. But what question marks still remain was one of my biggest takeaways and kind of thoughts, and we will ask Glenn West all about it at 8 a.m. this morning. And then we'll have a very, very special guest at 8:30 a.m. as Tiger Tuba Kent will be back in studio this morning, as he is officially a part of the Golden Band from Tigerland, and he's getting prepared for his first Saturday night in Death Valley as a member of the Golden Band from Tigerland. So we'll have Tiger Tuba Kent Broussard in here in studio at 8:30 this morning after Glenn West at 8 a.m. as we're getting ready for LSU La Tech on Saturday, and watch Tiger Tuba Kent play those 4 notes with the band. But Lloyd, I want to open up with this clip that I put at the top of the doc, because LSU football put out some really, really good content over this. They made great content while in Clemson, and they put out the little trailer piece for Season 4, Episode 1 of The Path, which will go live tonight on lsuplus.net. Free advertisement, I guess. But I really liked the clip that they put out showing kind of all the build-up to Week 1, and then obviously it being played out in Clemson, South Carolina, because you just kind of, I guess you could say, forget about all of the pressure that was on. Now that it's over and the pressure's relieved, you don't remember everything up to it that added to the pressure of just playing the number 4 team in the country, because there was so much going into that game. Whether it was media days, preseason things, and this kind of put it in perspective of the pressure that Brian Kelly put on his players and the reason why he believed he could.
We've also been 0-3 in openers at LSU under my watch, and we needed to do some things differently this year, and that is embrace this opener, and embracing it in a manner that this is a big game, and it's a tangible goal for our football team to want to be 1-0.
We haven't won an opener in 5 seasons. I think it was the time to make a definitive statement and walk out on that line. Sometimes you got to go out on that one. And I think that this team is mature enough that they could handle that kind of a statement, that we want to be 1-0 and we want to be Clemson. They see it as, this is great to play Clemson in the opener on the road. What a great opportunity. I think I'm excited about the prospects of what this group can do. There's some excitement in wanting to watch this group play.
No free ads.
No free ads. But I love the sound bite, the piece of saying that he felt comfortable putting all of that pressure on these guys because he knew what he had on the roster. And that's kind of what we talked about. Like when the 1-0 thing was going on, it was like, look, there's pressure added with that. This team is built to handle that pressure because of the leadership they have in the locker room. And that is part of why they were able to go into what was maybe a hostile environment on Saturday and went on the road against a very, very good football team, highly ranked football team, and battle the way they did. And so I liked seeing the cut-ups of the Brian Kelly discussion over the summer and the offseason leading into the game, and then obviously to the Tigers taking care of business Saturday night. And with that, Garrett Nussmeier was co-SEC Offensive Player of the Week. Nussmeier was 28 of 38 for 230 yards and a touchdown in the win. And then on top of that, Braylon Moore got SEC Offensive Lineman of the Week honors as he was the highest-rated offensive lineman in the conference. And look, the addition of number 61 for LSU cannot be overstated. Like, massive. And played such a key role in what LSU was able to do, playing a clean football game with 5 guys that hadn't played together before. Like, Weston Banks making his debut. You're mixing in guys. Cohen Eccles is getting in for Paul Mabanga. Paul Mabanga is playing. You've got guys moving around. DJ Chester going.
Offensive linemen.
Do what?
7 or 8 offensive linemen. Are you
dying?
Are you okay?
Nope. DJ Chester went in and played left tackle.
That was
they
the
were
formula.
all kept organized by the guy in the middle.
That was a formula. If you were to tell me that Braylon Moore would have won SEC Offensive Lineman of the Week before the Clemson game, I would have told you LSU probably wins.
Mm-hmm. Same thing with Nuss, who, and it might be more of a statement on maybe the state of the SEC, even though, would they go 14-2 in week 1?
Yeah.
But it's still Garrett Nussmeier, not the gaudiest performance, but also very efficient in what he did and kept a clean sheet, and for what he did.
Right. Yeah. No.
Turnovers weren't on him, and we talked about it a little bit like leading into the show. Like when you go back and watch, it would have been a real shame because LSU did some things that it wasn't a totally clean opener. They did some things that they've done in previous openers that would have led to a loss. But sometimes winners win, losers lose. You can't out coach talent.
Yeah. Dang it, I called him Weston Banks. I knew I was going to do it
Did
at some
you?
point. Yes.
Today's
it's so
the day
ingrained
for
in
it.
our brain.
Weston Davis.
Weston Davis. Dang it.
Rookie.
Huh?
Rookie.
Yeah, I know. And it's the worst part.
Actually,
That's
the
what
most veteran thing you can do.
I pride myself as a man of faith and to get names right. And I usually do a good job. But this Weston Banks monster lives
it's
in the back of our
closet.
brain.
Yes,
It's
under
unbelievable.
every bed.
Well, we think
It's
about it
around
so
the
much to not say it because it haunted us for so long.
He's still here.
And it just
Still
can't
real to me, damn it.
fully get rid of it. But one of the fun things to see, the aftermath of LSU Clemson, is the way that the media has just done a complete 180 turnaround on the LSU Tigers football program. Every single talking head that counted LSU out, I went back and I listened to the Cover 3 podcast when I was driving in this morning. They just had a little bit of a different tone. And guess who wasn't on the show? Danny Cannell, of course.
Oh, unfortunate.
Unfortunate.
God,
Didn't want to talk.
Internet
I'll talk
didn't-
Florida State, Bama. I don't want to talk
He was
LSU.
ducking
Clemson.
smoke.
But I saw on ESPN yesterday on the Get Up, they had one of the college football writers on, and she said she believed that LSU should be the number 1 team in the country after the win. I do have the clip, Lloyd, of her breaking down her reasoning behind it because, look, there's a conversation. Now, me personally, don't want it. I don't want to be number 1. I do not want LSU to have that number 1 tag and title yet. Do I think they could very well end up being the number 1 team in the country? Hey, after Florida or after South Carolina, look, we can have the conversation. This is week 1. You can't make a jump from 9 to 1 with 1 win that fast. And so Heather broke down her thoughts on why she put LSU as number 1. And I don't disagree with her, but just not ready for that pressure, that added pressure of that
1-0.
title just yet.
When the rankings come out this week, where should LSU be?
LSU should be the #1 team in the country. They went on the road. Ohio State won at home, albeit against a good team, and they beat a good team soundly. They made them one-dimensional. They exposed that. They limited them 31 rushing yards, like 1.9 yards per carry. Ridiculous. But the thing about LSU that's different is the defense, and Brian Kelly stressed this all offseason. They proved it. They backed him up. He said, we have a defense capable of competing at the national title level. And the statistics, when you talk about defense, show they still win championships. First 3 years under Brian Kelly, their offense great. Defense, average, right? Look at the last 3 national title winners. Georgia, Michigan, Ohio State, top 5 defenses. Brian Kelly has a complete team capable of competing for the national title.
Right. When the rankings come out this
Look, I agree. The defense conversation is real. Like, I mean, you just saw. I'm surprised that it was 52nd was the number that LSU ranked over the last 3 years, because 52 feels a little high. But they've definitely made the jump defensively from 2024 to 2025 in year 2 under Blake Baker. But just not yet. It's not time for #1 just yet. They'll get there.
I just think it's because of how impressive, like, everything that she laid out. She's not wrong, right? Like, what you saw from LSU is probably, we said it yesterday, was the most impressive win of the weekend. And when you look at it in totality and what LSU did, when I think, hold on, give me the rant. LSU didn't allow Clemson to score a point with, I believe it was 2:46 left in the second quarter. They blanked them.
Yep.
And then once you go back and watch it, like we said, you can look at it both ways, right? Like, LSU definitely left some opportunities on the table and tried to kind of there were points in that game that you're kind of giving it away, what you did at the end of the first half. Bauer Sharp's fumble, the Berrien Brown touchdown that didn't count. Like, that's not on LSU, but those are all things that worked against you, and you were still able to get out of Clemson with the W. And so, but then when you look at the defensive side of it, I think that's what's surprising everybody, because LSU has been so lackluster on the defensive side. And now it's like, oh, wait, don't forget who LSU is. Like, don't forget what they built their name on.
Yeah, no, I mean, that was my post with the Mansour Delane clip. Like, this is the LSU that I grew up watching. Like, This is what my childhood was. And that's what's made the last couple of years so
Frustrating
and crazy, because it's like this has never been a problem ever. And you tried so hard to get an offense to pair with it. You finally have these prolific offenses, and you just can't get a stop. And LSU was able to just consistently get stop after stop after stop. And it was just, it really was like releasing demons. Like, it was like just this euphoric feeling of like, oh my gosh, finally. Like the first drive when P.J. Woodland makes that sack, it's like,
there it is.
Cancer bell.
Wow.
There it is.
And then the fumble, the Bauer Sharp fumble, and you turn around and you hold them to 3, they don't score. It's like, oh my God. And then even the last drive of the game, they kind of march down the field. They get a couple plays. They get into striking distance. They get 6 yards, and it's 3rd and 4. You get the PBU. Then it's 4th and 4, and you're like, oh, snap.
There was like a time, the last 2 years where if they're driving, picking up first downs, you kind of look at it like, all right, well, it's only a matter of time until they pick up this next set of downs. And against Clemson, it was like, okay, this is a new chance for the defense too. This is a new set of downs for the defense as well.
Right.
They can also go make a play, and they did.
It's the most confident, whether it be because of the game and how it played out, but going into that drive, like, there's still some demons that that lurk around the Weston Banks of the world that lurk around every corner of, here we go again. And it's, if Clemson keeps rolling like this, do they go for 2 and then you get this game like stolen from you, and it's like the defense couldn't pick up a stop. But then, right when, and Christian, you're right, like, it started to be, instead of, oh God, they're picking up chunk plays, first down, it's like, all right, here's a fresh set of downs for the defense. Like, you have an opportunity to get a stop. 4th and 4, vintage Harold Perkins, and that couldn't have been more of a, like, oh, they're all the way back.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was reassuring. Into the 2 claps this morning. Brian Kelly was on the Paul Feinbaum show yesterday, recapping the win, talking to Feinbaum about LSU and their victory over Clemson, and it was a fun interview for old BK. So he got to go and bask in it. There you go.
Yeah.
See you at the Natty.
Shout out, buddy.
There you go. Shout out, buddy.
BK was
Sanji.
keeping receipts.
Oh, yeah. And this clip right here, the opening to the interview deserves 2 claps. Shout out to Brian Kelly for keeping it entertaining and keeping it real with old Paul.
He's a good winner.
Yes. So am I.
Mm-hmm.
Right back.
I know there's always a next game, but this one had to be pretty sweet.
Oh, yeah. I mean, but you know me, Paul. I've been on this show whether I've won games or lost games. And, you know, you had a tough loss this weekend, and you came on the show. So I appreciate that. So I think you and I both understand in this business, you get good days, you got bad days.
Look, BK's sarcasm doesn't always hit, but obviously everybody's on the high of that win on Saturday right now. And then that one right there, I mean, that is...
He's certainly much funnier after a win.
Yes. And he played that card perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
Just laid it down. That deserves 2 claps. Ready. Shout out to BK. Keeping it lighthearted, keeping it fun with old Paul. Next up in the 2 claps this morning, I put this one on the document right underneath it from @the_barnyard on Twitter, where when you pull it up, it was Kalen DeBoer.
Oh.
SEC Mike put it out first, but Kalen DeBoer up at the podium yesterday.
They're in hell.
It deserves 2 claps because it was
I mean, you
such
oh
a
god,
tough look.
you couldn't be more. Like, this is brutal.
Dude,
this is
it's-
old. This is
it's
what
bad.
LSU had been.
Yes.
This is where they were. Like, you're in a fucking pickle, dick.
No, it's an absolute blender. Like, Kalen DeBoer was just
Huh? What?
completely out of it. And I'm sorry, Hunter Hall, that you're going to have to watch this again. But, man.
Tough luck.
You mentioned the great week before the game. Just how much do you self-scout the preparation before games, and are there times as a coach where maybe you notice during the week that things might not be going the way that you want them to?
You said, what do you mean, great week?
A great week. You said a great week of preparation.
For this week, you're saying, or are you
Sorry,
referring to last
going
week?
up to Florida State before that game.
I said that?
You said that, yeah, before.
Oh, just,
Coming
oh,
up. Yeah.
okay, all right.
Wait, I said that?
Wait, me? Wait, oh, okay.
Oh, shit.
That's tough.
I said that?
You talking about this week? Kalen, why would we be talking about this week?
This week hasn't happened
It's
yet.
Monday. You haven't even practiced for ULM yet.
That's how you know that that man is spinning.
Spinning, absolute blender.
He knows that obviously not the best time to go to the podium, but you have to. But also, like, he's not thinking about or hearing or remembering anything. He's just in panic mode. Like,
Absolute.
He's cooked. If
No,
you
that's
will.
that's a tough look.
I said, what?
Wait.
Great week of preparation for this. I mean, I will say that at some point. Yeah, we're going to have a great week of preparation, probably. Did I say that now? Or I said that last week? Oh. Well, clearly,
Oh, okay.
got dog
We
walked.
got dog walked by Castellanos. And then even he
Welcome to the fucking party, pals. This is how it's supposed to be.
Don't-
You got to have 20 years of all of Nick Saban when he would go to a podium and he would, if anybody even thought to ask him about what he said or his preparation or anything like that, he would cut you down with 1,000 paper cuts. And he'd be, what? Oh, hold on. Now. Instead, you have DeBoer up there that's spinning around in an airplane that's going straight down.
I don't want to do this segment. But
all I'm saying,
no, it is nice for them to be
They're-
back on the regular
everybody's
playing
on
field
the
with everyone else.
even playing field
Yes,
now.
finally.
Hold on. We said yesterday we weren't going to overreact to an LSU win. Let's not overreact to an Alabama loss.
Well, don't go to the podium and not know what you said.
Yeah, that I'm just the
Just
look,
the totality of it.
when you're
not
looking
great,
at it all
Bob.
together, the game
It's hard not to smile.
and then that, it's just like
It's tough looks. It's tough looks, but it's still Alabama, all right?
Yeah, no, I agree.
I don't really
until-
believe it, but
until LSU
beats
them, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I'd say
I'm not
it's
gonna have
shit.
this kind of because I mean, Kalen DeBoer came into Death Valley last year and his
Made you
team
go home
Ty
early if you
Simpson's
wanted
gonna
to.
dog walk
Good
LSU.
lord.
Ty Simpson's going to turn into 2018
Ty
Drew
Simpson's
Brees, and
not
it's going to
gonna
be
the
like, oh,
quarterback
shit.
when they play LSU.
Nope.
I really feel like it's going to end up being Russell. But the last 2 claps for this morning, I had 2 claps for Kalen DeBoer right there. Ready? Yeah, put it together there, Kalen. Wait. I'm gonna start using that. Wait, I said that?
Me?
What?
Today or
This week or last week?
Weston Banks, Weston Davis.
Forget it.
Who knows?
What are you talking about?
We're moving on. New week.
Next up in the two claps this morning, Lee Corso obviously picked Florida State, upsetting Alabama. And at Husker Mike 28 on Twitter said that he's ending his professional career with probably the worst take of his career. And the ex-community note stepped in with an all-timer to protect dear Lee. Not so fast, my friend. How about that?
Oh,
huh?
God. I don't know if that's good or bad.
It's getting scary.
Yeah, it scares me, dude.
Did they give him the script?
His community notes are getting a little smart.
Also, yeah.
Put the script in his will?
It was. Shut up, midget.
That's an overreaction.
That's what he said.
That's what he said. He was talking to, who was it?
He was talking to a child.
Yeah. Shout out to Lee. Not so fast, my friend.
Not so fast, my friend.
Shout out to Lee Corso.
It does make you worry if there's. I hope it's not. Like, come on.
Two claps. Ready. No, I'm with you.
College football can't be rigged. Let's have something to believe in.
Don't forget, every single day we are brought to you by CAS Roofing and Advising. Our guy Pierce Patterson from CAS was up in the nosebleeds with us Saturday night watching LSU get that win, enjoying the Tigers beating the Tigers in Death Valley Jr. And he has returned home. He's ready to look at some roofs. So all he could think about the whole time we were watching LSU football was, man, I can't wait to get back and inspect some roofs.
You know what would make Clemson a little bit better? Maybe a roof.
Maybe some new roofs. Maybe we just, like, we were walking down. I was like, hey, Pierce,
retractable.
We walk up to the Airbnb. I'm like, 3-tab. Might be disco. You might want to check that out. But he's ready. He's back in BR. He's ready to look at some roofs. Make sure you call him 225-910-0619 is the number. Get a free roof inspection, and CAS Roofing and Advising will take care of you every single time. Lloyd, I will ask you.
He's a pure soul.
You think so? Mm-hmm. I agree. He just enjoyed some football with the boys.
He did.
Nice little road trip. There he is,
He's
right
along
there in the
for
front.
the ride.
Yes.
Not a problem.
Not a problem
Unlike
at all.
some.
Who are you talking about?
Christian.
What did I do?
Exactly.
I don't remember.
Fair enough. Lloyd, I included a couple of clips in the document this morning. Some of those Nussmeier clips we were talking about yesterday. They're right under the LSU football tab in the document. And I just want to sit back and enjoy and watch this right here because these are three clips that really show what Nussmeier did. As much as you want to maybe talk about the offense not being impressive and the Nussmeier being the number one quarterback didn't jump off the screen, all of these things right here show why he's the best in the country at playing the quarterback spot. He absolutely dismantles Clemson's defense right here.
Easy. Again.
Clemson is lost.
3rd and 12, too. Huge.
Absolutely picks them apart.
I mean, that is quarterbacking at the highest level.
Yes.
And I know they didn't get the first down, but to be able to see that, diagnose it, and make the right read, that's quarterbacking. And we talked about the importance of Braylon Moore. He allows you to be able to do that because he's calling out the front while Garrett Nussmeier gets to look at the secondary. Like, that's the difference between this year and last year.
Yeah, no, I mean, he absolutely dismantled them pre-snap. And he's able to do that because those things, like Lloyd said, are off his plate. That's why he went and got 61. The next clip, now showing off the physical talent. That's the mental aspect of Garrett Nussmeier.
The Patellar tendonitis looks good on him.
You think so?
He was fast.
Yeah, he looked good. Every phase and level of the game and piece of his game looked good on Saturday. Even though it wasn't a 320-yard, 4-touchdown,
right,
90% completion percentage night.
Which last year, or 2 years ago, you would have had to have had to win.
He didn't need it. He went out there, he did what he needed to do. Check this out.
We'll get into a lot of the masterclass stuff that he did on the show tomorrow. I just want to show you this one throw from Nussmeier. The pressure, he negotiates pressure so well throughout the night. And when it comes from the outside, you normally climb, but he saw it was going to get thrown back down in front of him, rolls out. Here's what I love, though. There's no base underneath him, on the run, and then when he makes that throw, watch that safety. He's standing about the end in the goal line, right? And then a receiver, he's got to fit it in to make sure that safety can't get back and make a play on the ball, but he's got to lead the receiver to the right spot because there's a defender on his back. On the move, off balance, no feet underneath him. Watch this throw. Pretty good, right? We'll get into a lot of them.
There it is. There's Nussmeier. Look, all the pieces of that play, the rollout. If you didn't notice, Weston Davis on the edge there at right tackle swipes the hand, puts the guy in the dirt. Nussmeier reads it. Instead of, like Todd said, instead of lifting up, stepping up in the pocket, rolls out, all arm, like no base on that throw. It was all arm rolling out, just ripping it to Kyle Parker, fitting it in. To me, obviously you had the Berrien Brown. I think that was the best throw of the night. It should have been a touchdown. I don't want to get into the game of whining about it. Should have been a touchdown. This was the best throw. That was the best throw that counted the other night, where he's rolling out, showing off all the physical tools that he has and why he is so highly touted when it comes to being a quarterback. You just saw it in 2 clips. The mental aspect of picking apart a defense the way he did, even though they don't get the first down, completely undressed the Clemson defense, showed exactly what they were. And then next, after that, you've got the physical standpoint of, one, he's got the ability and the awareness to, instead of stepping up, roll out. Weston Davis does a great job. Weston Davis swiping the hands, putting that guy in the turf. Nussmeier with no base, all arm, just rips it to Kyle Parker over the middle. And what was a huge play, I think that was the first touchdown drive.
Well, and we talked about this a ton, where it's don't take away what makes him special. Now, do you want a quarterback to go across his body, middle of the field, like every quarterback coach in the country would go, that's the worst throw that you can make. Like, never go one way, look back to the other side, and throw across your body to the middle of the field. That usually gets intercepted.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's a Madden throw. Like, that's a like a video game throw.
But that's not on accident. Like,
No.
he knew what he was doing. There's a difference between I'm panicking and I'm going to throw it across my body, get rid of it, versus I know where my guys are and I have the utmost confidence in my ability to rip it. Probably better than anybody in the country in the college football world.
Yeah, no, I mean, he showed off that arm talent, the ability to make that throw. And, like, we were watching, I saw it, and I was like,
okay.
Is he going to, there we go, perfect.
Because that will happen again, and there will be a time when it gets picked off. Because once he does it once, he believes he has the utmost confidence in himself.
Yes.
And that's his superpower, because that's a stupid throw until it's not.
Well, because most of the times you're looking at it and you either lead, like Todd says, you either lead him too much and that safety that's sitting right there comes back and gets it, or you put it behind him and the corner trailing him is able to get a hand on it.
But this is the margins. The safety sees that and he's like, there's no way he's going to throw it over there. And it's too late.
And he just rips it. That's as good as it gets, man. And this was a play you needed. Like, go make the play. You hadn't gotten in the end zone yet in this game.
Yeah, that's what makes you different.
That's what sets you apart. And the last one.
And you have to live and die with it.
Yes, that's your quarterback. That's who he is.
And to his credit and how he played, I think everybody is starting to realize what kind of has been said is that LSU has a defense, and you can see how they kind of called that offensive game was
right.
We don't have to go get it.
No.
And the one time they tried to was when they shouldn't have, and the defense was still able to step up immediately. Like LSU won't have to go score 45 points a game. Get used to it. Like, you'll see a much more measured approach, and Garrett Nussmeier being under center, being able to run quarterback sneaks.
No, yeah, I mean,
like that. That's a Braylon Moore too.
Well, no, you look back to 1,000%, 1,000%. If you go back and watch those quarterback sneaks, 61 played an instrumental role in those first downs. Go back a year ago, couldn't get a 3rd and 1 against USC. Couldn't do it. could not get a 3rd and 1, a 3rd and short, a 4th and short. You just couldn't do it, and it's the reason you couldn't win that football game.
And you saw Joe Sloan with the new offensive approach that relies and trusts the defense, where they stuck with it. You were talking about it when you came in. Clemson abandoned the run game. LSU stuck with it. That was kind of the difference in the football game. Like, you made Clemson one-dimensional.
Yes. I mean, absolutely. Like, I went back and I kind of looked at the game without the
Post-coital?
The understanding that LSU was going to win this game. Let me actually look at it without the nerves and the emotions and all of those things. When I look back and I think back to how I was feeling in that stadium Saturday night, I was nervous in the second half. Now, obviously, coming away from the game, it's over. LSU wins. LSU had full control of that game. They dominated from start to finish, this, that, and the other. In the moment during that game, of course I was nervous.
You're a fan still, though.
Yes, like, of course I was, like, looking at the fact that, in my mind, the pressure is always on the LSU offense because of how it's been the last 3 years. They had the ball multiple times at the end of that game to go and put it away. Like, you had 2 drives specifically that you ended up punting on that I thought, hey, the LSU offense needs to go, score right here, put this game away, it's over, LSU wins, no stress. They didn't do it, and it felt a lot like USC, where it was like, okay, they're playing not to lose right now. They're not trying to go put this game away. But it's because you didn't need your offense to do it. You weren't desperate for your offense to put the game away because the other phase of the game can put it away, they did.
Do you think in future games, maybe a similar situation, similar scoreline, does LSU take more of an aggression towards putting the game away? Because, look, that door was open for the whole fourth quarter.
No, I think a lot of things broke Clemson's way. Yep. That man was going through it.
Uh-huh.
You had to calm me down.
This picture specifically.
You're dying.
I am. Is after the 2 timeouts. Mm-hmm. We got 1 timeout left with 7 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Oh, that was concerning. That
did set me off at the beginning.
That was
because it's old. It's the
same thing.
We got these problems still. Mm-hmm.
We knew last offseason Nussmeier was calling timeouts in fall camp and during games when he shouldn't have been calling timeouts.
I do want to apologize. Do want to apologize about the coughing. I am not well, but I'm still here. But yeah, no, I feel like everything broke Clemson's way in that game.
Could be throwing up.
Yeah. So many things broke Clemson's way. I felt like Clemson had the opportunity to go and win that game multiple times, and they didn't. LSU was able to pull it off, but I just truly feel like
that was not the best version of LSU.
No, and it wasn't the best version of Clemson either.
Yeah, but that one of which is I think LSU made Clemson not the best version of themselves. That's SEC versus ACC. But you haven't seen the full force of what LSU can do when they put an entire game together.
Yeah. No, I think when I went and looked at it, watching the game, Joe Sloan, feel how you want to feel about the play calling, about the offensive coordinator. He outperformed Garrett Riley Saturday night. Mm-hmm. From a play calling standpoint, from a scheme standpoint. Look, it wasn't Mike Denbrock, Jaden Daniels 2023, where you can go and you can score 1,000,000 points. Go back to the first game they played. 24 points against Florida State. Like, it takes your offense a second to get rolling. The scheme that LSU came out with on Saturday won you the football game because you stayed committed to the run when Clemson decided not to. You had a very obvious plan on how to attack the Clemson front 7 against your offensive line. Clemson didn't. They weren't prepared for what was going to happen with LSU's front 7 against their offensive line. So I really think if you go back and you look at that game in totality, Joe Sloan outperformed Garrett Riley, and Baker outperformed Allen. Like, your coordinators outperformed the other guys, and then your quarterback outperformed their quarterback. And so as much as I felt like a lot of things broke Clemson's way, the touchdown that was overturned, you coughed the ball up twice in the first half. You didn't find the end zone. And then there were just multiple things, like the Wesco catch on the Woodland rip out. Like, how do you overturn that? All of those things, it felt like Clemson, like they were breaking Clemson's way. And in the moment of the game, it was, okay, wait. It still feels like Clemson can go and win this football game. And Christian even said it when we were going to the fourth quarter. He was like, when they score, they're going to go for 2. Mm-hmm. Like, it's still in the back of your head, like, oh, Clemson still has this chance. Even when, like Cody Boudreaux says in the chat, the second half was pure domination. Yeah, when you go back and look at it, but in the moment, you're still like, even though they're in control, Clemson can go do this. Yeah, Landon Barone, a missed field goal. There were a lot of things that broke Clemson's way, and it allowed you to feel in that fourth quarter, man, it's just not over yet. But obviously watching it, Joe Sloan schemed it up. Blake Baker obviously dominated from a mental standpoint of that game. He played chess when Garrett Riley was playing checkers. And your quarterback.
It was an ugly game. It wasn't even like there's so much to complain about, and there should be, Clemson fans included, because, I mean, well, they lost, but their quarterback didn't look good. But LSU, I mean, they made it as ugly as possible, and I think almost, like you said, they kind of wanted to do that knowing they had the better defense. They had Harold Perkins. They had Whit Weeks. They had these guys off the edge. They had Mansour Delane, who, did anyone really know that he was going to be a stud?
I knew he was going to be a stud. I didn't know it was going to look like that.
He looks like, he looks like a first rounder.
Yeah, like I knew he was going to be good. He was going to be your cornerback 1. He was going to be your guy.
Does Clemson have, what, 2 first-round wide receivers? Is that the word out on them?
No, yeah,
potentially.
Their number 1 guy goes down in the at the start of the game, and Antonio Williams their slot guy didn't play. But those 2 sophomores they have, Wesco and Moore.
Yeah,
those are top tier guys. And this guy right here, man, just absolutely balling. Is there audio on this?
I don't know what
That's all right.
what the content could be.
No, it's good. But yeah, no, I mean, this guy right here, like,
made play.
Just keep
play
throwing at. Like, I was like,
play.
please keep throwing at him.
This
Look at
is
this.
the one.
I
This
mean,
is the rep.
First of all, terrible rep from the receiver, but like,
But staying in phase,
yes,
like getting his head around everything. He's running the route for him, and then gets his head around and finds the football. Like that's elite.
It's what you've been missing.
He makes it look like a weak ass route.
It's what you haven't seen.
And that was a good route.
And that just like he was in his bag.
No, I mean,
and
that's
like you said, I don't
textbook.
know if you could have said that you would have thought that you have a first round corner in Mansour Delane. Like you had a starting corner at LSU, which history would tell you
usually first rounder.
But it was good to see him play like that. Like that was different than anything we've seen in the last 5 years.
Yeah, no, I mean, and it just adds to those other guys that were balling, man. Like that defense had an edge, a mentality, and they went out there and they impressed. And look, like when you look at the DBs specifically, because that's where I still had some question marks. I really believed in that front 7. I did have question marks about the defensive backs because you just...
Especially with Halsey out for the first half.
You had to see it.
Should have been a pick.
8 targets, 1 reception.
Woodland and Delane against whoever.
Now he's in hell. Like
look back and you watch it closely.
Subtract that.
But yeah, no, I mean look at that. Look at this. Lined up, straight up, filling the box up.
I mean, you got Perkin coverage. Like that was a big question mark coming in. But look, I mean, he's comfortable in this star role.
Yes.
Like he's lined up, and if you're Klubnik, who's the first one you're looking at? 7. He's like, oh, he's got the back. All right, let me go blitz replays.
Yeah, how about that?
Mansour Delane strapped.
It's just man, it really looked good from all 3 levels of the defense, from the line to the backers to the DBs. It was so impressive to see those guys go out there and perform the way they did.
Cody Boudreaux, yeah, for sure. Jordan Gilbert.
Oh my gosh,
Jordan
Gilbert was massive in that first half. That was what we talked about the day before on Friday. What are you going to do without Halsey? Who is going to step up? Jordan Gilbert went out there and he did.
He played with his hair on fire. He looked healthy.
No, he did at 1,000%. And they they have the ability to do that because they all feel free. Like, that pressure is gone.
Mm-hmm.
But what I will say is there are going to be opportunities for teams to take advantage of LSU defensively with some different things, because there were times that Clemson had it schemed up right, but Klubnik was in such a blender he couldn't get it done. And they're forcing him to roll out, so he's missing the guys on the other side of the field. And he's freaking out. He's pressured. He doesn't know what to do. So there will be times that maybe another quarterback is a little more poised.
Yeah, you'll get burned. But this is if that's how they
but
want to play.
You've got playmakers, man.
And also, you have to believe in the fact that, like, I don't know if Blake Baker's going to blitz more than 50% of the time every game. But, like, that was their scheme. That's what they saw against Clemson. Like, we can get pressure and we can get home. We can win.
Well, that's my favorite part about this team is I felt like the scheme offensively and defensively was very geared towards this game. Like, they tailor-made it to beat Clemson. And they have the ability and the playmakers to do that week in, week out.
Oh, my God.
Lord have mercy. Not doing well over here, guys. No, I appreciate you guys dealing with the sick voice and the cough this morning as we continue to talk about LSU's victory over Clemson. And we look ahead to La Tech, the Bulldogs coming to town. LSU looking to win their home opener this Saturday. Like we said, we are brought to you every single day by our guy, Gabe Patterson, over at allaboutInflatablesDS.com. All About Inflatables. They do such good work. Easy to rent. Hit that big red book now button, and it's got all your options lined up there. All types of rentals. Water slides, dry combos, dry slides, wet combos, interactives, obstacle courses, the whole thing right there when you hit book now. You can see it all, and you can rent it very, very easily. And he also will be doing some holiday lights this year, All About Holiday Lights, or All About Holiday Lighting. Look it up on Facebook. I'll share it on the Tingle & Co. Facebook if you are not following there. Make sure you follow. Make sure you like, subscribe. We're going to take a quick break this morning to close out hour number 1. We'll be back to kick off hour number 2 with our guy Glenn West of 247 Sports to talk about LSU, Clemson, and what's next coming up this weekend with the Tigers. Right after this.
When it comes to your home, the roof over your head matters. At CAS Roofing, we don't just install shingles, we build peace of mind. With years of experience and a commitment to craftsmanship, our team shows up on time, gets the job done right, and treats every project like it's our own home. Whether it's repair, a replacement, or storm damage that caught you off guard, CAS Roofing is ready. We're local, we're dependable, and we stand behind every nail, every shingle, and every promise we make. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about roofing, it's about protecting what matters most. CAS Roofing. Built on trust, backed by quality.
Wardos was created in honor of Alan Ward Granning III, fondly known by family and friends as Wardo. In 2019, the oldest brother of the tribe passed away unexpectedly. His remaining siblings and loved ones wanted to honor his memory in a special way. In 2022, Ward's family decided to combine the need for a sandwich shop in downtown Natchez with a desire to pay tribute to Ward's love of good friends, good times, and great food. Through blood, sweat, tears, and countless hours of hard work, Wardo's was born. So go visit Wardo's today at 309 North Broadway Street in Natchez, where the po' boys are so good, you'll swear you're in Cajun country.
Hey, Miss Lou, come visit us, Tom and Wright Granning at Go Martin on the Go Deli.
Go Martin has clean restrooms, community coffee, an awesome beer cave, and a great selection of anything you may need.
Located at the corner of Highland Boulevard and Highway 61 South in Natchez.
Also stop by Wardo's Po' Boys at 309 North Broadway on the beautiful Natchez Bluff,
where everyone is family.
McBride. Sean McBride. All right, welcome back here. Hour number 2 getting underway this morning. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us, talking some ball. Cody Boudreaux, I think Baker likes being DC. He is a meathead in a way. We'll see what that head coach, defensive coordinator conversation looks like, but let's not think about it right now. Let's just think about the fact that he's LSU's defensive coordinator right now in 2025.
1-0 every week.
And he's doing a heck of a job. We've got Glenn in.
Yep.
Our guy Glenn West from 247 Sports joining us this morning to talk some LSU football as the Tigers take care of business in Clemson, South Carolina this past weekend. Glenn, good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Hey guys, doing well. All rested up after a long weekend at Clemson, and it's great to finally be able to talk to some people about LSU winning a Week 1 game. It's been far too long.
5 years in the making.
Yeah, I mean, we've been waiting for this, huh?
5 years in the making.
But
yeah, we've been waiting for it for a while. I was at that Northwestern State game in 2019. It was that coming out party for that group, and this one certainly felt like a coming out party for that defense. I mean, this was a really electric performance by LSU on the defensive side of the ball, and happy to dive into it a little bit with you guys.
Yeah, I want to ask you just pretty overarching. What was some of your biggest takeaways from the win Saturday night? Just some of the biggest things that you saw LSU do to get that win.
Yeah, I thought defensively the game plan was just a masterclass of execution. I thought that they did a really nice job of just applying constant pressure to Clemson defense on the Clemson offense. I thought that Harold Perkins really set the tone. Monsieur Delane set the tone in the back end, and really all those guys up front, I think, just did a phenomenal job of just finding ways to get into the backfield, make Cade Klubnik and that rushing offense uncomfortable. They really made them one-dimensional by eliminating the run so early into that game. There were 0 10-yard rushes in that game by Clemson. There were 0 defensive penalties from LSU, and to do that with so many new pieces that are being woven into the system here over the course of this offseason, I thought was extremely impressive. And Blake Baker and this defensive staff deserve a ton of credit for that, because these guys looked like they had been playing together for several years and not just several months. And so I thought that was a really strong positive to take away from this game, is just how clean it was too on the defensive side of the ball. Not just the execution, but just how clean and how well really all of those guys performed that got into the game and had contributing roles and things of that nature.
And you bring up Harold Perkins. He looked comfortable, free, fast, and was the best athlete and best football player on the field, which is something that LSU fans have been waiting for over the last couple of years. What did you see from number 7 in purple and gold?
And he was the best version of himself that we've seen since his freshman year. Yes, they tried the inside the box thing for a couple of years, or a couple off seasons, I should say. Just didn't work. Wasn't his spot. This spot, as you could see on Saturday, he's just allowed to roam free there, and he really looked like he was playing like he wasn't thinking too much. And I think that was probably an issue for him, baked into a little bit of what we were seeing the previous couple seasons. He was just very, see-ball. He was just very reactionary all the time. This was very instinctive play by him. I mean, he was all over the field. We were talking with Whit Weeks last week, and he actually told us that Harold has been the green dot, so he's been the guy calling in the plays from Blake Baker and defensive staff and relaying them to the rest of the defense. So he was on the field for 57 of the 58 defensive snaps. I mean, he was all over the place. He was somebody that you just cannot take off the field. And I thought LSU had a really good game plan for him coming into the game, and he executed it to perfection. I think he had 1.5 tackles for loss. I think he had a sack. But he had so many other pressures and so many other ways in which LSU was using him to affect the game in a positive way for this defense. And when you got guys like him coming at you very consistently, as we saw, it forces quarterbacks who are even, had 30-plus starts under their belt like Klubnik to get the ball out quickly and, maybe force it into places where he doesn't want to throw it. And it led to a very inefficient night for him in terms of what was considered one of the best quarterbacks in the country coming into the game. So I thought Harold was right at the core center of that and making him uncomfortable and making this Clemson offense one-dimensional.
And when we talked about this defense throughout the offseason and going, through fall camp into game one, a lot of confidence in that front seven. There was still a handful of question marks maybe with the defensive backs. You obviously knew they had depth. They had some talent, but could they put it all together? And they did that Saturday night. You said it many times when you've come on our show over the last couple of weeks, where when we talk about DJ Pickett, you said it's not if but when. And the win was game one. And then on top of him, you had Mansour Delane, who went out there and just balled, looked like a first-round pick. What were your takeaways from the cornerback Saturday night?
Yeah, Delane looks like a legit number one guy. I mean, he's just going to be a shutdown corner, I think, for LSU all season long. He was fantastic in that game. He got the game ball, Brian Kelly told us after, and I think you could have given it to 4 or 5 different players, and you wouldn't have had much bickering amongst the reporters or the fan base from that. I mean, there was just so many guys that stood out. But Delane was sensational. He did a really nice job against anybody that he was up against. But to your point about Pickett, I think the best thing that I can say about him is that he was out there for 25 snaps, and you would have never guessed that he was out there for 25 snaps. Like, they didn't throw his way, I don't think, maybe one time, and he was, right there in coverage. He did a phenomenal job of when he was asked to go out there to do his thing and shut guys down and keep up with receivers. And I think he's only going to get better from this. He's only going to grow from this experience. And I think he's a real weapon that LSU's going to have opposite of Delane, and him and P.J. Woodland. I thought Woodland did a really nice job. He had obviously the sack there on the very first drive, but he's a playmaker, man. He's somebody that LSU's going to ask to go make a ton of plays, and I think he's got a lot of potential to be one of the better defensive backs long-term in this program.
And you were talking about the defense. I saw a tweet that you put out where you had LSU's defense had 10 players who were either first-time starters in this system or playing new positions, 0 penalties, 0 10-plus yard runs from the Clemson offense, 6 drives for Clemson that ended in 4 plays or less. Blake Baker and the defensive staff, huge pat on the back. How impressive was Blake Baker in his, I guess, second season as the defensive coordinator for LSU, but with all those new guys and getting them all on the same page in week one for a top 5 tilt? I thought it was extremely impressive that they put up those numbers that you tweeted.
Yeah, I was just doing some extra research on the game, just kind of doing, just a little Monday column piece that we like to do over at 24/7. And I was blown away by the fact that there were 0 defensive penalties. Like that.
Doesn't happen.
That's something. Yeah, I mean that happens. That doesn't happen to really good, like really elite defenses ever. Like, I mean, it's a really uncommon thing to not be called for one single penalty on the defensive side of the ball. And to your point, Lloyd, like there were, I counted them, 10 guys that were not on this roster last year or playing different positions that were serious contributors to this team. And to take this thing in like a span of 7 or 8 months, right? And I think they had confidence that they were going to be a really strong defense, and they were bringing adults into this room that were going to be really steadfast contributors and just guys that were all about their business and things of that nature. But you never really know until you get to face another opponent, and they passed with flying colors. It was an A+ effort, and last year or years prior, I don't want to completely hark on this, but like, that you would be surprised if LSU had 2 or 3 or 4 10+ yard rushes allowed to an opposing offense, much less 0 in the very first game of this season. So I think that they've put a very heavy emphasis on shutting the run game down. I think the development of some of these year 2 guys like Dominic McKinley, Ahmad Bro, you're going to see that really flourish. P.J. Woodland, obviously. So it wasn't just the new players that they brought in, but the returning pieces as well that they've been able to develop here, I thought was really special and fantastic on that side of the ball. So really just you can't say enough good things about what the defense was able to do. And honestly, 2 weeks from now against Florida, if they're able to back that up against what I believe to be one of the better SEC offenses in the conference, the sky's the limit for this group, and I want to see it, against that group in a couple weeks to, 100% believe it and lean into it. But I think that there's absolutely no way you can kind of rub what this defense did in any form or fashion.
And talking about the flip side, the LSU offense wasn't the most impressive or night that jumped off the paper the most for your quarterback or from some of those other guys. Only 17 points scored. Should have been a handful more. But what was some of your takeaways from the way those guys played, but most importantly, Joe Sloan's scheme and kind of maybe how he covered up some of those deficiencies on the offensive line and found ways to be effective on Saturday night?
Yeah, I mean, you talk about game plans. I mean, these were pretty much mirror opposite game plans offensively and defensively for LSU. I mean, defensively, you could tell right out of the gate it was going to be, we're going to get up in Clay Klubnik in this offense in the backfield. We're going to be extremely aggressive. We're going to bring pressures. We're going to be creative with our blitzes, and it worked. And I thought LSU's offense on the flip side was pretty conservative, and that also worked, but it had to work in a very different kind of way. And so I thought what LSU was able to do pretty early on, I thought that they did an okay job of establishing the run in the first half. Like, I think a lot of the big runs that they had were misdirection runs, were runs where the offensive line was pulling one way and the running backs were taking off on the other direction. I thought that was a really smart move to kind of get Clemson kind of thinking maybe twice about what LSU was trying to do offensively. And I thought that what they really were trying to do here was protect their first-year starting offensive line. I mean, they have some veteran guys. They have guys like Braylon Moore, Josh Thompson, who have played a lot of football. But, for Weston Davis, for Tyree Adams, for Paul Mubenga, these guys we're stepping into the Lions' den, or I should say the Tigers' den here from really week one of this season, and a lot of these guys were making their first big-time starts of their careers, and so we had seen some some inconsistencies with that group for much of fall camp, and I think the coaching staff realized that, and the game plan was to get the ball out quickly, and boy did they do that. I mean, Nussmeier, was 2-3 reads in and getting the ball out quickly. Some of the longer plays of the night from through the air were just balls that were screen passes or little dinks and dunks right over the middle, and then they just let those playmakers go make plays. And so I thought it was a really smart strategy for LSU offensively in this game. I think, as the season goes on, there's going to be opportunities to get vertical and continue to grow as an offense. And I think we'll see a lot more of that going forward. But against that Clemson defense and against, just that team and that environment, I thought it was a really smart move to just be conservative and not, take too many chances. And I thought right at the center of that was Nussmeier and his decision making. I thought he was fantastic in terms of the plays that he was making and the plays that he, in past years might have tried to make that he didn't make. So all that was really, really good from an offensive perspective.
And as much as LSU was able to leave Clemson with the victory, would you say that, like, if you had to rate it on a grading scale of A to F, I don't think LSU played their A game and were still able to win. What do you think is, I guess, the ceiling for this team going forward?
Yeah, it's a high ceiling. I mean, if you're just talking strictly offense, I think there's a lot here that they still have.
Defense, no notes.
Yeah, no notes for defense for sure. Yeah, offensively for sure. There's some areas where they're going to have opportunities to get vertical. I mean, they tried it there on that Barry Brown touchdown that was negated, and I've looked at it. I've looked at different people assessing it. I just don't know what a catch is, man. And I think they're going to have to figure that stuff out in the offseason. But it was just a phenomenal play and a phenomenal throw by Nussmeier, one of the better throws that I've seen him make in his career here over the last couple seasons. And so, I think that there's going to be those chances to really have those breakaway plays. I think better days are ahead for Chris Hilton. Obviously, it was not a great first performance here in 2025, but I have a lot of belief and trust in what he can potentially do long term for this offense, and really liked what they did down in the red zone too. I mean, they, it was, where's Trey Eds? Let's just go lob it up to him there for the go ahead touchdown. Like, I think you're going to see a lot more of that kind of stuff going forward, and I think you're right. There's room for growth, but I think for this game and for that team, they offensively did what they were supposed to do. And so I'd probably give them a B plus, a B maybe, if you want to be really cynical. But I thought that they did what they were supposed to do in this game. And honestly, I had Clemson in this game initially going in 20-17. I got the 17 right on LSU's side on offense, but I didn't think that this defense would be that great this early, and they were just awesome in every respect. And so I think as LSU was seeing that play out on the field, it maybe leaned into maybe some of their more conservative tendencies in that first game. And so that was also really, really impressive to see.
And speaking of the defense, when you looked at it and you saw P.J. Woodland lined up out there, what do you think the future for Ashton Stamps is going forward? Because we saw him run with the ones all camp, and then you see P.J. Woodland go out and make an impact. Do you think that's going to be the cornerback room moving forward, whether it be Woodland, Pickett, and obviously Mansour Delane, or do you see a role for Stamps at any point?
I mean, I just don't know how you can pick apart anything that those guys did last weekend to take them off the field. So I'm not sure what's going on with Ashton Stamps. We'll get some more clarity, hopefully, from BK today during his interview at noon with the media. But, I mean, look, Woodland and Pickett both played extremely well in that game against Clemson. And so whatever it was that kept Ashton Stamps off the field, it sounds like he's going to have some work to do to regain a spot in the rotation. So I'll be very curious to see how it plays out over the next couple weeks. But, I would continue rolling with what worked this last weekend until it doesn't, and I don't see that happening here over this game against Louisiana Tech for sure. But when they get back for Florida, I think that's when the next big test will come.
The running back room is a room that we talked about a good bit, and Caden Durham obviously was impressive Saturday night. They continued to give him the run. My question is going to be about Juwan Johnson. I feel like they really put an emphasis on having him on the field. They trusted him out there, both as a runner, receiver, and a pass blocker. What were your takeaways for the running back room as a whole, but specifically number 8 in purple and gold?
Yeah, I mean, look, I thought coming in that they were maybe leaning that way towards Juwan Johnson being that second-team running back. I mean, he had 3 carries in the game. He caught all 5 of his passes, too. And to your point, he was really solid in pass protection, too, and when he was asked to block. And so, I think he's the guy right now behind Caden Durham. I mean, you look at Harlan Berry and Caleb Jackson, they only had 1 touch apiece in that game. And Juwan Johnson had 8 or 9. So I think just off of reps alone, that should give you a good indication that LSU's really thinking that they can utilize Juwan Johnson in some really interesting and positive ways this year with this offense. So it's pretty crazy, right? I mean, he went from 4th-string quarterback in the start of fall to 3 or 4 weeks later being the 2nd-string running back and being a very crucial part to what they're going to do moving forward. But I thought that he was really solid, impressive, did some good things, but Durham to me is going to be the X factor guy in that room. Of course, I mean he had 17 carries on Saturday. I would imagine he gets in that 15 to 17 range on most nights going forward, and he's explosive, man. When he gets some space to work and have an avenue to run, he's not somebody you want to face in the second level. I think he can make guys miss. He can break tackles. He can bounce off guys. He's got a pretty low center of gravity for a running back, and he's very fast. I mean, like when he gets ahead of steam, he's very hard to catch. So I thought he had a really solid night. After that first 24-yard run, they bundled him up a little bit there, but I thought for the most part he was able to help LSU establish a run game, and that's what they really needed to do early on in that first half. That I thought that they were able to do just enough of to really lean into it in the second half. So I would give the running back performance a good, maybe not great, but good, and kind of got the job done. And then they were able to take over in the second half and really have a more complementary offense there between the run and the pass.
And the last one I have for you, obviously a lot made of the Death Valley competition. Is Death Valley here in Baton Rouge? I was in the stands. I was not overly impressed with the Clemson fan base's ability to turn that atmosphere on full tilt, especially when I've spent my whole life in Tiger Stadium here in Baton Rouge. What were your thoughts on the game time atmosphere and maybe that debate between who's the real Death Valley?
Yeah, so they had the LSU media sitting right behind the Clemson students section. So I had a little bit maybe of a different perspective. Just because I was hearing a lot. The student section was into it. I will give them that credit. I thought the pregame atmosphere was really, really good. Just in terms of the music they were playing, how active those guys and those fans were leading up to the game. But I think to LSU's credit, a couple drives in, especially for the Clemson offense, you started to hear some groaning from the student section. Like they were ready for this thing to get going and get hopping right off the bat. And LSU's defense really shut that down very early, and were able to take that momentum into the second half and completely shut them out. So I thought it was a credit to LSU more than anything to just wipe them out of the game as quickly as they could. But I was impressed by their student section and by their pregame atmosphere. But once game time rolled around, there was no comparison. I take Death Valley, Baton Rouge 100 times out of 100.
Absolutely. And with everything that you said, giving all of the situation which LSU was in, going into obviously an away game at a top 5 place in the country, and LSU was able to, we've been saying it was the most impressive win of the weekend, and now there's conjecture that maybe LSU is the number 1 ranked team in the country. Where do you have them going forward after a weekend in which you saw some teams fall very early?
Yeah. I think Ohio State probably gets the number 1 spot. I mean, they did beat the number 1 team in the country heading in, and they did it at home. But I think LSU should very much be in the top 3, top 4 kind of picture. Like if they're anything lower than 4, I think that's a massive mistake. But I think 3 or 4 is probably the range that we see them in when the polls drop later this morning. But yeah, I mean, look, it's week 1. You still got 11 games here to go, but all of their goals now seem so much more attainable that they've gotten this first win and a win against a team in Clemson that I think is probably going to run the table in the ACC and potentially still be a playoff team themselves. Like LSU could theoretically see them again down the line somewhere in the postseason with the way that it's structured right now. So I think just a huge hat tip to LSU for going out there and dominating. To your guys' point earlier, LSU left 6 points on the board, I think at least, and then they had the other touchdown that was erased. Like they could have won this game by 15, 20 points if they had converted on all their opportunities there, and the refs hadn't kind of stepped in too. So I think there's this was as controlled and as dominant a win as you could have hoped for on the road, even down the stretch there where the offense really wasn't doing much in the fourth quarter and they were leaning heavily on the defense to get stops. I just felt so comfortable by the end of that game that the defense had really figured out Clemson's offense and that they weren't going to go down there and let them get a score there towards the end of the game. So really impressive performance overall. Those guys stepped up in the crunch when asked to, and now you got to see it carry over for 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks, right? To really kind of get LSU in this place where they can be a not only a conference champion or competing for the top of the conference, but being a title contender, which I think this game certainly puts them on the map for doing.
A team that may not be a title contender. We have one Alabama fan in the chat that rides with us, Hunter Hall. Do you have any specific advice for him on how to handle life post-Saban?
Start drinking a couple hours earlier. I don't know, something like that. I think they're in the same boat that everybody else is in now, right? Yep. I mean, Saban, for so many years there, you could just go to the games without a care in the world, knowing that you were going to go 10, 11-1, 12-0. So I would, say get a little happy, get a little liquored up, maybe a little earlier than you usually do, and just have some fun as much.
Welcome
as you
to the party, pal.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Glenn, we appreciate your time this morning, hanging out with us, and we'll talk to you again soon.
All right, thanks, guys.
Yep, thank you.
Appreciate you.
There he is, Glenn West of 247 Sports. Make sure you go check out all he's done all off season and now as the season's kicked off. He put some really good stuff out after the LSU win over Clemson. We will take a quick break as our guy Tiger Tuba Kent is here in studio. So we'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll have Tiger Tuba Kent here talk about his journey onto the Golden Band from Tigerland right after this.
Wardos was created in honor of Alan Ward Granning III, fondly known by family and friends as Wardo. In 2019, the oldest brother of the tribe passed away unexpectedly. His remaining siblings and loved ones wanted to honor his memory in a special way. In 2022, Ward's family decided to combine the need for a sandwich shop in downtown Natchez with a desire to pay tribute to Ward's love of good friends, good times, and great food. Through blood, sweat, tears, and countless hours of hard work, Wardo's was born. So go visit Wardo's today at 309 North Broadway Street in Natchez, where the po' boys are so good, you'll swear you're in Cajun country.
Hey, Miss Lou, come visit us, Tom and Wright Granding at Go Martin on the Go Deli.
Go Martin has clean restrooms, community coffee, an awesome beer cave, and a great selection of anything you may need.
Located at the corner of Highland Boulevard and Highway 61 South in Natchez.
Also stop by Wardo's Po' Boys at 309 North Broadway on the beautiful Natchez Bluff.
Where everyone is family.
All right, we are back here on this Tuesday morning, closing out hour number 2 with our very, very special friend, our special guest, our friend Tiger Tuba Kent in studio once again joining us. It's been a hectic break between the last time we spoke to now. How are you, sir?
It's been a long road, and it's been exciting. It's been exhilarating. There's all kind of different adjectives I could use for this. So the last time that I was here, had I submitted my audition?
Yes, it was. So it was the end of June.
End of June.
So we were waiting on like the August.
Right.
August deal.
Right. So I'll kind of go into that. So
Yes.
So I submitted my audition, and waiting to hear something about whether or not I had made the band from a first audition perspective. And finally, I did get the response. And the only thing it says, congratulations on making it past the first round, and here are the things that you need to do in order to make it to the second round. And they sent along the Tiger Band handbook. They sent along everything that you needed, some music to play, the Tiger fight songs, things like that, to start to memorize, that we all have to do, that we play in the stands. And so that started the whole nother process of me continuing to do the physical training and the mental training, as well as the musical training that I was doing. I was continuing to do that, but now I was also learning LSU songs. Right. And so that started on a Sunday. It was a Sunday afternoon that we all got brought in, all of the what they call newcomers, and it was about 126 or 125 newcomers, all great. Every one of them was a fantastic. They were all fantastic musicians, and I even said to somebody, if you just take these 125 students and put them together, they would have made an awesome college band. Just us with 125, and so I loved every minute. I absolutely loved every minute of that. And so that started on Sunday, and then the process started. So it's a long process. The actual second round audition it's a really long process, and it gets to a point where they're not only going to look at your technical skills, your musical skills, your marching skills, but they want to make sure that you fit, that you're a cultural fit, and that you're not somebody that's going to cause a problem, and that you get what they're trying to do, trying to be excellent and trying to do the best that you can, and meeting expectations for the last 132 years, because I'm now a member of the 132nd edition of Tiger Band. So not only all of those things that we're going through, we were learning music, we were playing, and then for the first 2 days we were playing just ourselves, and we were learning marching styles, we were learning music, and then during those first 2 days, you could tell them walking up the lines, you can tell that they were watching. They never intruded or anything like that. They were just looking, trying to gauge how you would fit. And then on day 2 or day 3, all of the returners came in, and they held us out of the band hall, and then they brought us all in, all 125 of us, and then the band played a couple of songs, and it was just like, wow. So that's what Tiger Band sounds like. Right. It was amazing. It was amazing. And then we all got together, and then we started playing. It was like 400 of us. Yeah. And that was over 400 of us, and it was just absolutely stunning. It was absolutely stunning. The level of musicianship and professionalism that these students show, and these teachers, these professors, these graduate assistants is absolutely amazing. And so we all got together, and we were going through the entire process all together, newcomers and returners. And so we got to the last day of auditions. That was a Thursday. And I don't know if I was nervous or if I was, man, what have I really got myself into here? Right? That kind of thing. So I had to march. I had to play songs, Tiger Fight songs from memory. I had to sight read, which is something that you say, here's a piece of music the first time you've ever seen it, play it. Right. Wow. Right. I said, okay, all right. So, and we did all those. And you can nitpick yourself to death. Yes. Oh man, I messed this up. I didn't do this right. I didn't do this right. I didn't do that right. So that took place all day on Thursday. And Thursday was gut-wrenching for everyone. And so at 7 p.m. on that Thursday night, they released the list, the final roster. And Tuba's way on the bottom. And it came out in alphabetical order, right? So it came out in alphabetical order with my name, with my last name. If I was going to be there, I was going to be at the top. Right. So I saw the first 2 guys, and I know the first 2 guys that were listed on the list, they were newcomers. I said, well, good, all right, excellent. And then, so it's a bit, you don't want to be overly joyous. Of course. Because of what could potentially happen to other people that you become friends with. Right. You need to be, you need to have some compassion for everyone there. So I saw my name, it was third on the list because it was in alphabetical order. And I turned around, and one of the returners said, Kent, you made it. And then somebody said every one of the tubas that tried out made it. All 12 of us made it. So that was awesome. So the best thing about that was, so when I found out I made it, I turned around and I hollered, I made it. And then so the whole tuba section starts jumping up and down. You made it, you made it, you made it, you made it. Oh, it gets better. It gets a lot better. The percussion section is situated right next to the tuba room. They all come in. It's about 25 of them. They start jumping up and down. There's like 40 of us in the tuba room jumping up and down because I made it, right? And we have some great video of that. Yeah. And so after about 10 seconds, I said, stop. We got to go to the indoor football facility to practice, right? because
time to work.
So they release it at 7. So release it at 7. And they get you at 7:30 back practicing, and it's been practice. Yeah. And we practice every day, and we've practiced every day since. Now, so I did not make the Clemson trip, right, because what they do is they'll actually separate it out, and they call pep band. There's only like 110 folks. Okay. And I think this was mainly seniors and juniors that went to this one, and rightfully so. They deserve it. They needed to go. Right. And I can tell you, they sounded awesome. Yes. I don't know if you guys heard them. Yes. Mm-hmm. They're in a stadium from the TV's perspective, they sounded really, really good over the TV, and they sounded just as loud as the Clemson band did. So it has been a wild ride, just from the music thing. And what I'm trying to do is to bring myself down to be calm, understand the music, understand the marching, and to be a good teammate,
right,
to everybody,
to
everyone. And but on top of that, then we've got school.
Your students
that I told you.
Yeah, then I've got school, and walking around campus is no big deal. It's just everybody has a backpack. I have a backpack. Everybody's got a laptop. I've got a laptop. I'm going to class. I'm sitting in the union doing work. I'm just acting like everybody else.
Yeah.
It is absolutely the best feeling to be there.
Yeah.
It is absolutely the best feeling to be there, and I love being there. I love the academic side too. I've got a history class. I've got a political science class. I have a emergency management class that's online, and I have a music class, which your brother is.
Yeah.
Max. And so, and hopefully Max is taking good notes because he has to be in class. The teacher said you got to be in class.
There you go.
So I'm gonna remind him of that.
Good, thank you.
So, and the issue that I'm having is really just getting into the groove.
Right.
And how do I manage all of this?
Yes.
How do I put all this together, right? And I only have 13 hours, and I'm hearing students that have 18, 19, 20 hours.
They'll drop those.
Poof. And I said, poof. I mean,
Can't
guys,
imagine.
Guys, I don't know how you're doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and they're getting over this ChatGPT thing. Tests are being done now in class. Right?
Yeah.
They're making you write. They're making you write in class, which is what they should do. The homework is another thing, right? So, one thing that I find about the whole school thing that's different than when I went to school, and rightfully so, it's not a regurgitation of facts anymore, as much as it was back then. It's more about what do you think and why, and there's not really a wrong answer. They're pushing. They're pushing to get these students to really think for themselves, which I think is excellent.
Well, that's one of the things I was going to ask you is it's kind of the comparison of the difference.
Yeah,
now to then. And
man, I wore the same stuff that I'm wearing today back in the 70s. That hasn't changed. Yeah, I've got gray hair. The classrooms look the same. The technology is different, obviously. They all have big screens and everything, but it's just. And the students all have laptops. That's different because we didn't have laptops.
Right.
Laptops weren't invented when I went to school, as much as I can say that. So, but the difference is, I think, from an academic perspective, is they're really pushing the students to think for themselves, as opposed to when I went to school. That's a big difference that I see, which is hugely important to get everybody to start thinking for themselves. But other than that, it's just I have to deal with the flooding that we had on Friday or Thursday, like everybody else. It was 6 inches. And people were walking through the water. It's just great to be there.
Yeah.
It's just an awesome feeling just to be there. And the other side of the equation is the social media side. Is stuff like this that I'm doing with you guys, and so. I respect what you guys have done. You guys were first, and I will always come back.
Yes, thank you very much.
I will always come back to let you guys know how actually things are going, and because I think it's a good, and I think it's a good story. It is a bit overwhelming to me.
Of course.
You're a celebrity.
And I didn't do this for that.
I know that. And that's, yeah.
That's the reason why.
I did not do this for that.
It's exploded the way it has, is because I think people can tell the genuine nature that you have, that's not why.
You truly
didn't do it
yeah.
just to be a 60-year-old band member. You
I wanted to be a band.
Yeah.
I wanted to play in the band.
Yeah.
Because I think people, and the way the story has panned out, the way that it should have, I think it's like gone to, they shouldn't think that you did it to be, oh, this will go viral.
Yeah.
Like that's what everybody thinks these days. It's like, if you go and look at your Facebook and what you've done, like the work that you've put in, like this isn't a mistake. This isn't, and LSU didn't have you on the band because they thought it'd be a good story. Like you truly earned it.
I think that I did, and
Yes.
I think all 12 of us that made it earned it, right?
Right.
All of us, right? Because it's not about me, and I keep saying that to everybody. I don't want this to be about me. I want this to be about us.
Yeah.
Right.
I want this to be about all the work that the band puts in, all the work the color guard puts in, all the work the Golden Girls put in for months ahead of time, for the weeks that the weeks that the color guard put in, the years of work that everybody puts in to get to this point. Right. Now, I was lucky enough. I picked it up after 45 years, and I was able to do it in one. In 1 year, but I proved that I was able to work hard and get it done, and earn the spot. Now, keeping the spot, that's the other thing that goes with it. I've got to continue to work hard to keep that spot. So the attention is overwhelming. The attention is overwhelming, and I try to deflect it to the best of my ability. But I truly understand that this is the story. This is the story, and yet I'm trying to make sure that the band, the color guard, the Golden Girls, they get their due as well, because everybody works hard. Everybody works hard. The amount of attention that I've gotten because of social media from the LSU comms group is amazing. They're all great. They're all great people, and I love working with them. I've had several interviews with the LSU community. I have a big spread coming out on WAFB. I think it's going to be probably Friday or Saturday.
Awesome.
That they came to the house, and they were there filming us when we walked down the hill for the first time.
Awesome. Yeah.
Man, that was like, I almost stopped playing. I almost stopped playing just to listen.
Right.
You almost stop playing just to listen.
Well,
Right?
you talk about, like, you think the attention's overwhelming now. That first walk down Victory Hill
I know.
on Saturday, like, you're going to be the star of the show.
And this is and I don't want to be.
I know, but it's too late.
And unfortunately,
it's unbelievable.
Unfortunately for me, I'm on the outside. I'm on the right as they're coming down the hill. I'm on the outside on the right, facing on the PMAC side. I just hope that people just kind of leave me alone and don't distract me.
I'm going to be first row right there.
Yeah. I know, and people are going to do that, and I get that, and I get that. But I have a job to do.
Yes.
You know, but I have a job to do. I got to keep my cool. I got to march down the hill. I got to play the song, and I got to run. Right, and I've got to run down the road playing like everybody else.
Right.
So, social media attention, it has been overwhelming. I'm so humbled for it, and because it's not me, I'm a behind the scenes guy. That's why I like the sousaphone. The sousaphone is the base, is the foundation, right? It's kind of the stuff you hear it, but you don't know where it's coming from. It's like a subwoofer, and it's like a subwoofer.
But you know if it's gone.
But but you do know if it's gone. But you do know if it's gone. And we have national news coming today to talk to me as well. So it's kind of exploded.
Of course.
And LSU's taking advantage of that, and they should.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to help them. I'm trying to help LSU to get that brand out there and to get that name recognition. And if I can help, like I said, if I can help, this is what I think that I'm doing. This is the dream that I had for 30 years, right? But it started when I was 8 or 10, back from 68, 69. That's when it started, when I first started going to LSU games. And it always was there. It was always there. So I'm fulfilling this dream for me to do this. The second thing that I'm trying to do is that if somebody has an idea that they want to do something, not just a retiree, not just somebody that's 65 or 70, and they've always wanted to do something, you have the physical ability to do it. What about an 18-year-old or a 19-year-old or a 20-year-old
that you're on campus with,
sitting in a dorm and has an idea for an app? Oh man, this could be killer. Or I want to do this, or I want to hike this, or I want to go to every mountain in the United States, or I want to go to the 5 highest mountains in the world. Why not try?
Yeah.
Why not try? Right? Because like I said last time, the only failure is not trying. And so hopefully that's coming across. It kind of gives it kind of inspires people to do things that they've always thought about, and that's hopefully coming across.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'm getting that across to some people.
That's the message. Is that it's an inspiration to people. Like even like to me. Like I mean, we took a chance on ourselves doing this show, but to see somebody that is truly invested, of like, I had an idea and I'm not going to let it die.
Yeah.
And no matter what time it is, like you said, it could be 18, it could be 88.
Yeah.
But to still go out and do it and be like, look, and to achieve it.
Yeah, that was the other. And I wasn't quite sure. it was less than 50 in my eyes because of how bad I had done in my own mind.
Of course.
Right? You know, you always self-reflect very, very poorly.
And so what was that feeling like when you saw your name?
I was in shock. Yeah. I was in shock. Oh my God. Oh my God, I made it.
I got to schedule classes.
Oh my God. No, so I called the family, right? So the family gave me huge instructions, right? Do this, do that, do this, do that. I totally forgot all the instructions and I did something they told me not to do, like about 8 times. My first comment was, so they were all on the phone. And I said, "Looks like I got to go to school."
Yeah.
That was the thing that I said, and so, and so they got that. Yeah, I made it. So it has been a ride straight up.
Yeah.
It has been a ride straight up. There's no roller coaster in this. It's been a ride straight up, and I love the academic environment. I love interacting with the teachers, and you can probably guess that I don't stay quiet in class. I raise my hand quite a bit.
Of course.
Do you write in cursive?
Wait. One of my teachers asked, "Does anybody in here write cursive?"
Oh, Tuba can't.
And I'm looking around.
Nobody else.
Nobody. So she says, "Well, I'm going to have to give you guys a little bit more time because everybody prints." So I don't know. Are they starting to do more cursive in schools these days?
No, they're getting rid of it.
Yeah, no.
From what I
I
thought.
wouldn't imagine.
I mean,
Do you know how to write in cursive?
I know how, but I'm not good at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's how I grew up.
Right.
That's how I learned.
It was a class.
But all these students, they can write as fast printing as I can in cursive, right? I mean, they've gotten very proficient at it. But it was just so funny. And so the test that she handed out, it was all handwritten. So I'm getting the test back from everybody behind me after it was done, and I'm looking at them.
Blue booking?
Every one of them was all print. Every one of them was all print. Now some of them looked like chicken scratch because I was writing so fast, but I was the only one in the class that write cursive. So I was probably one of a handful of people on that campus that can write cursive.
It's crazy.
And so it's just it's just how it's developed. It's just how it's been developed. So it's just so many things that I notice. And it's been a great experience. It's been awesome.
No, it's outstanding. And you bring up your family, and your daughter's in the chat this morning. It says that she can't wait to yell at you when you're going down the hill.
That's what I'm afraid of. That's what I'm afraid of.
What has your family meant to you in this process?
Well, and I give my family 100% credit for this because without their support, none of this would have happened.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you guys know, if you don't have the support from your family, you have support for your family doing this, right? If I wouldn't have support from my family to try this, there's no way that I would have been successful. There's absolutely no way. I had to find a sousaphone. I had to buy a sousaphone. I had to pay somebody to teach me for a year. It was a big commitment. It was a substantial commitment. But everybody was 100% behind me.
Yeah.
And I give 100% credit to my daughter Lauren, who's in the chat room, about all the social media aspects, and she's been guiding me on this,
right?
Because I am totally clueless. Actually, the band, one of the co-band directors, she used to work with, and she had a conversation with him on our practice day. We marched down the hill, and he said, and rightfully so, he said, we're looking at his social media posts, and they're really well done. We didn't think he was doing that. Who's really doing them? I said my daughter's, and then she said, I'm doing them, but I'm the one that actually makes all the content. I actually come up with all the text. I come up with everything just to keep everybody informed. Right. She's got the bells and whistles. She does all the bells and whistles, but she's great at what she does. Yeah. She's great at that. She is, and that's not even her job. She's just really good at it. Both of my daughters have been nothing but support. The entire family, both sides, cousins, friends. If half the people come on Saturday that say they're coming, Tiger Stadium needs to add an addition because that's how many people say they're coming to see me. And I don't know. I mean, some people are going to come later on down the line, but the best time to see a band member is before they march down the hill by the amphitheater. Uh-huh. We kind of gather and we put our horns down. We warm up. We put our horns down, and then people can come see you right there. Right there around the amphitheater. So that's the best time to see me because I'm not going to be able to do anything other than that because you march down the hill, you go into the PMAC, you play a little bit, and then you march into the stadium. Right. And then we did a stadium run through, and it dawned on me how much they move in the stadium, not not just the trumpets and the trombones, the sousaphones. Every song has a movement. Every song has a movement. And I'm so glad that I did what I did with my weighted vest and my weights and my running and everything like that. That's going to help me to do that.
The physical aspect.
The physical aspect is something that I need to wrap my head around, and I'm not going to be able to do that until I do it for the first time.
Right.
And you're standing on the bench. We can't stand on the concrete.
Oh wow.
The sousaphones, for me anyway, all the sousaphones, I think we're standing on the bench. We're not standing on the concrete. So that makes it a little bit even more precarious.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to watch what I'm doing. But
Can't get
everybody's
liquored up, Tuba Kent.
Well, no, hell. Hey, if that happens, Lloyd, I'm doing this. I'm doing this. I'm taking out about.
Just start playing neck.
And I haven't seen that music. I don't think I ever will. I haven't seen that music. I don't think I ever will. So, but it has been an awesome ride so far, and I'm doing everything that I can to help LSU on the social media side, and I 100% support what they're doing. I'm just enjoying every minute of it.
Yeah. And so what's it like? You know, obviously you talk about the social media aspect and all that attention, but just walking around campus, like people seeing you or stopping you and talking to you.
Yeah, every once in a while, somebody will come up to me, "Hey man, aren't you the guy in the band?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "That's me, man."
Well, if it's not, that's like, what the fuck are you doing
Why are you
here?
here?
Yeah, man, I'm here. They said, "Yeah, it's real. Yeah, it's real." You know, they kind of look at me, and we were at Superior Grill about 2 weeks ago. The Saturday, the Sunday we marched down the hill. We went out to eat, and I was talking about everything we're doing, and the waiter was overhearing. And the waiter was overhearing the conversation, and he came up to me. He came up to the table and he looked at me. He says, "Man, it's good to know that that you're a professor there at LSU and you're teaching." And I'm thinking, "Go on, man! If you only knew, dude! You only knew." And
I'm a freshman.
I'm a freshman, man. I'm a freshman. So anyway, Lauren, my daughter, explained to him what was going on, and he says, "Oh wow, it's good to go back to college and at least finish. You know, I already have 2 degrees. I don't need another degree."
Well, the way you're tracking only taking 13 hours, you're going to be a 5th year. Get that extra fall in, football season.
Probably. So that was amazing. You know, that was amazing. And just in class, people will just tap me on the shoulder. They will tap me on the shoulder.
Give me your notes.
"Hey, man, aren't you?" Well, yeah, I'm with the notes.
And then they can't read cursive.
Yeah, they can't. No, everything's on a laptop, Lloyd. Everything's on a laptop now, right? And so they'll tap me on the shoulder. "Hey man, I saw your Instagram, or I saw your post, man. Keep doing it. And the band, you know, all of the band students, every one of them, they're fully supportive of everything that I do, because they all have parents or grandparents my age, right? Grandparents my age. So hey, get out there and do something.
Is that something that you were nervous about going into the band and seeing if you'd be like how they would have? I don't know how they would react to your situation.
You know, Lloyd, it did. It did, and I wasn't quite sure how they were going to react to it, but they've been 100% supportive.
That's awesome.
100% supportive.
Because I think you've proved that you can play, and that you should be on the team. Exactly. Yeah. So it's not like, oh, who is he going out here and trying to join the band?
This is, you know, I'm not trying to overstep my boundaries by any means. I just want to be a part of the team.
Mm-hmm.
I want to play that sound. I want to play in that band. And you know what? We were hoping that Brian Kelly was going to come to talk to the band on our last night of practice of preseason in the indoor football facility, which is absolutely stunning, by the way.
Oh,
I don't know if you guys have been. It's really nice, and we had an opportunity to practice there many times during preseason, and I was hoping that Brian Kelly was going to come and talk to us, but he didn't, because he has done it he has done it in the past, but he didn't. I mean, I guess he was so focused on the big screen in the indoor football facility. It just had 1-0. That's all it had. 1-0. That's all it showed. Just that's all. Just 1-0. It stayed there. I think it stayed there for months. So if he would have asked me something like, "Hey, why are you doing this?" First of all, I told him it's a 30-year dream that started back in 1968, 69. But the second thing is that I want to be in the stands the next time LSU wins a national championship in football. That's what I would tell him.
That's what I was about to ask you. What's it like Saturday night watching that game, seeing LSU get that big of a win, and now
I'm thinking, now, so we got a team now.
Right.
We got a defense.
You're not just going in to play the band for
not for any reason. Now, and you know what? And I think that permeates its way through everything.
Right? Yes, absolutely.
When LSU does well, Baton Rouge does well. People feel good. The students feel good. The teachers feel good. They still have a job to do, but it makes the kids feel good. It makes the students feel good. It's just a good, and it's going to be hyped up on Saturday
Oh,
night.
yeah.
Even though, hey, Louisiana Tech is no slouch, not SEC game, but still no slouch. It is going to be wild because expectations are now sky high.
Yes.
Expectations are now sky high. And, and I get that, expectations, and so we need to just be part of that expectation. Continue to do what we've always done.
Go 1-0, Tuba Kent.
Yeah.
Because I know you're looking ahead to Florida.
Yeah,
But you
well-
can't. It's Saturdays here.
Yeah, well, I mean, hey, look, Lloyd, I'm trying not to look ahead. Lloyd, it's one. Look,
1-0.
It's one halftime show at a time.
That's right.
For me, it's one halftime show at a time. For
There
me.
you go.
That's the way I look at it because I have to learn it. The hardest thing for me has been marching because I didn't march
Right.
in school or I didn't march in college. We marched out, we turned around, we stopped, we played, and we marched out, and we marched back. Now it's on the phone, and you have a little dot I have to follow. I'm thinking, what? Where's that dot? So I'm having to try to figure out how to do it. And I'm look, everybody's been. You need to be over, So they're screaming at you. So they're screaming at you from the behind. Move over a little bit. Move over. Get it. Move. And so because there's so much noise in the stadium, what happens is a lot of people will holler instructions. Will holler instructions as you're marching, so you
Right.
can hear. And that's a good when we were up in the stands. We were with all the movement we had, all the newcomers. We don't know all the movements yet, and rightfully so. Some of the returners were saying left, right, left, right, left, right. Get us in,
Right.
get us,
Teach us.
Keep it organized.
keep us, and keep us in sync.
Yeah.
Yes.
Keep us in sync. Because if one looks bad, we all look bad.
Right.
And that's the way, and that's the way I think. We all need to be excellent, not just one of us or not just the returners. All of us need to be excellent. So it's just, it's just been, I don't know. And I just don't know where it's going to end.
Right.
You know what I mean? I just don't know where it's going to end. Do I want it to end? Yeah. I just want to be a band member and go to school. I just don't know if that's going to happen.
That's next year and the next year and the next
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
This year's going to be a little bit of a whirlwind.
Yeah, it is. It
Already is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. And so I'm excited. I'm just humbled to be. I'm humbled to be a part of them. I'm humbled to be a part of them, and to be a part of the school.
Yeah, and I mean, we appreciate you obviously coming back, hanging out with us again, reaching out whenever you made it. Lauren texted me that you wanted to reach out to us. We appreciate that and everything. We're glad to watch this ride with you, and I'm excited Saturday night.
And
I'll
look,
be
don't
right
holler
there
at
on
me
the PMAX side.
Do not holler at me from the sideline.
It's already happening.
No, don't. Leave me alone. I got to march.
I got to play.
I got to play and I got to concentrate. And so there's going to be a lot of people there. And I know marching down the hill is going to be packed.
It's going to be unbelievable.
There's going to be 5,000 people on that.
You're going to cry.
Well, I hope not. I hope not.
I'm going to cry.
I'm not going to build a
You're not going to be able to follow that little dot.
Yeah, that little dot. Well, I can't follow the dot anyway. It's so small. I gotta keep spreading it with my fingers, man. Spreading it with. Oh my God! I gotta do what? I gotta go how far and how many steps? That's all. I mean, that's all part of it. That's all part of it. And hey, you have to laugh. You just gotta work your way through it. Work your way through it. It just takes time.
Between that and class, have you been fitted for your uniform?
I have a uniform.
Yes.
Man, I got everything. I got the white shoes. I don't have my gloves yet, but I got the what they call the bib. It's a big long thing, and you have straps right here, and you have your top. I have a hat, and I'm all fitted out. I'm 100% fitted out. Someone's got to take a picture of that with me for the first time, man. That's it.
It's like a master's green jacket.
I mean, that's it. I mean, that's
Right.
it. That's it. That's the attainment right there,
Yes.
right? That's it, right there. With the family, with me in the uniform.
That's awesome.
That's
It's going to be a beautiful moment.
Yeah, let's hope so.
sure.
Let's hope it's not raining. It's supposed to rain.
It never rains at Tiger
It never rains
Stadium.
at Tiger Stadium, and I understand that. But
outside Tiger Stadium pregame.
oh,
It's going to be beer showers.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's hope not. Let's hope not.
Down the sousaphone it goes.
So anyway, it has been a ride, and I like I said, I'm humbled by the attention.
Yeah.
And I'm doing what I can just to make sure that it's just not about me.
Right.
Everybody gets attention.
Yeah.
We have the national media coming today, and I've stressed on them. I understand the story's about me, but I want to give everybody else as much attention as they can too, because everybody puts hard work in.
Yeah, definitely.
And so hopefully that works out that way.
Yes, no, I hope so too, and I think you're doing a great job at making sure everyone gets their flowers and the attention is spread around, and I'm sure everyone appreciates it, and we appreciate you, like I said, coming hanging out with us, talking with us the first time and now the second time now that you're officially a band member. And congratulations to you, sir.
Thank you for having me again, Lloyd.
Course.
Absolutely.
Noah, thank you for being here, and thanks for this little platform. I sincerely appreciate it. And
it won't be the last time.
It will not be the last time.
Next year.
And I say, and all I can say is go Tigers. And hey, January 18th, I think is the date. I think the day of the national championship. Hopefully, we're there.
Hopefully, playing some
music.
music.
We don't want to. Yeah, it's just it's one halftime show at a time.
There you go.
By that time, if you have a suggestion, here's a little something for you to study up on.
Ah, Jack! That's the first time I've seen it.
There you go.
That's the first time I've seen it. Like I said, they have not handed out that music.
No, that you can play it by ear.
Oh well.
I know the words.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody does. I'm sure everybody knows the words. All you do is I can't go there, man. I can't go there.
Oh, yeah, so you'd be around a bunch of freshmen.
So anyway, and one other thing before I leave, what I'm anxious to hear is the student section.
Oh,
because
God.
I've always sat in Tiger Stadium around the student section.
Right.
And when somebody breaks a long run off for the other team, is when I notice all the young women that are students, their shrill voices. I don't know if you've ever noticed that. the intensity of the voices get
falsetto.
They go real high, right? They go real high. But never sat in the student section. And unfortunately, Cheryl, my wife, does not have a student ticket, so she cannot surf in the student
Golden
section.
Girls.
But she's within like one or two sections of where the band is.
Perfect.
And so she's going to hear us a lot. And so, but her dream of body surfing in the student section is not dead. But because there are more games, I just haven't gotten her a student ticket yet.
Yeah, so we'll see if we can make that happen.
Get one
Christian will be in the student section.
Student section. There you go. We just need one ticket. One ticket for
There
the
we
student
go.
section.
We-
Awesome.
Trade your notes for a ticket.
Yeah, notes for ticket. Notes
Can you
for
read
ticket.
cursive?
Yeah.
And hopefully Max has good notes.
Yes.
Hopefully Max. I'm gonna talk
He
to
gets
him.
you a
You should.
ticket.
You should
Yeah,
talk to him.
Gotcha.
But we appreciate you coming in.
Thank you.
And hanging out with us again. And we'll talk again soon.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you. We'll
Thanks,
be
thanks to all y'all.
Yes,
Absolutely.
We'll be right back after this.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Created in honor of Alan Ward Granning III, fondly known by family and friends as Wardo. In 2019, the oldest brother of the tribe passed away unexpectedly. His remaining siblings and loved ones wanted to honor his memory in a special way. In 2022, Ward's family decided to combine the need for a sandwich shop in downtown Natchez with a desire to pay tribute to Ward's love of good friends, good times, and great food. Through blood, sweat, tears, and countless hours of hard work, Wardo's was born. So go visit Wardo's today at 309 North Broadway Street in Natchez, where the po' boys are so good, you'll swear you're in Cajun country.
Hey, Miss Lou, come visit us, Tom and Wright Granning at Go Martin on the Go Deli.
Go Martin has clean restrooms, community coffee, an awesome beer cave, and a great selection of anything you may need.
Located at the corner of Highland Boulevard and Highway 61 South in Natchez.
Also stop by Wardo's Po' Boys at 309 North Broadway on the beautiful Natchez Bluff.
Where everyone is family.
Back here, we close out hour number 2 this morning. Shout out to Tiger Tuba Kent coming through the studio this morning, hanging out with us once again. And it's time to close out with our games. Let's connect athletically. And a little bit of Daily Dozen trivia right after that.
Sabron's real high on this connection. Something must be up on the connections.
Uh-oh.
Must be something fun. Hope it's not Canada Day.
Please don't be Canada Day.
Baker. Blake
Baker. Let's see what we got here. We've got.
Oh shit! This is soccer shit.
Leicester.
Salary, pay, earnings, and income. Bottom left.
Southampton, Wrexham, West Brom, Leicester.
Sorry. Say it again.
What's a red card?
What's a red card?
Leicester, Southampton, West Brom, Wrexham.
Trot.
There we go. All right.
What is that? There's a trick.
I think it's S. Yep. There we go.
What's a Baker?
There we go. We figured this thing out.
One Baker. I've never heard that.
I don't know what that
I think
is.
you're making that up.
Doesn't feel real. Doesn't feel real. Avs, Capsins,
I think
Habs.
they've hazed Tiger Tuba Kent. Like, I mean, I'm sure the band does something.
He hasn't seen the music yet, so I doubt it.
What do you mean?
Well, I feel like neck is like their initiation.
Yeah, like he's gonna get, something's gonna happen, right? It's like anything.
You got to.
I don't
like
think
what
so.
they did for.
Maybe not them. I think maybe they'll leave him out. They'll tell him about it. They'll fill him in. You know.
No, not Tiger Tuba Kent.
I would.
I feel like he'd take it well.
Yeah,
Of course. No, he's a happy man.
He is.
Living
He also
his best
does have
life.
the liquor
Connections.
He's been drinking for what? Since he was
Well, no, he
18?
also worked for
Yeah, right. So he'd be fine.
Yeah, you want his number? I can tell. I can see in your eyes.
I got roommates that help me out. All right, the freshmen though, they need to get on this because he'll be more than happy to buy him stuff.
I don't think so. Not Tiger
Maybe
Tuba
not.
Kent.
Maybe
They
not.
wanted Tiger Tuba Kent to play the games with us.
Oh.
Which I guess we could have.
Oh.
It's not about the games. It's about Tiger Tuba Kent.
It is.
He doesn't want it to be.
Keep the focus on old TTK.
TTK.
Legend. Let's see. Oh gosh. Seth Meyers.
And
then the guy. We did this one already. Is that not the guy from Seinfeld?
Oh, it is.
The Jaguars.
This is lazy.
Duval. Ooh, they beat TCU.
Texas Christian. Texas Christian. Could be your new character.
This?
Texas Christian.
Yeehaw!
Yeehaw! I'm Texas Christian.
Why?
Everything's bigger in Texas besides
not
Christian.
Besides Christian. Old needle dick.
Who's this, Lloyd?
Oh, I haven't read it yet.
The Diamondbacks pitcher that won the Cy Young in 06. Runner-up again in 07 and 08.
Who is that? 06 feels forever ago.
Christian, when were you born? 05?
That'd be funny. Throw something in Tiger Tuba's tuba, walking down the hill.
You better say it throw something in Tiger Tuba's Kent?
Yeah.
Brandon Webb.
Tiger Tuba's.
Oh.
Kent.
Shout out Brian Burgess.
I thought he was a brewer.
Tiger Tuba's Kent.
Oh, it's that. He's Ryan Reynolds. You
don't like him?
He's starting to.
He's losing you?
Yes, I don't like what he did to Mac.
Who?
Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh.
They're becoming the same person.
It's this one's Seth Meyers and Michael Richards.
Yeah, they did this one already. But see, I even did this last time. How you spell it?
EYERS.
Michael Richards.
Yes.
Assorted past. if you know.
Chain restaurants.
Oh, is it?
Come on.
Come on now.
Cracker Barrel.
You Cracker, I'll barrel.
I like Cracker Barrel.
Geographic.
I'd crack her barrel.
I'd crack his barrel.
Oh.
Oh,
Put it in Tiger Tuba's Kent.
The series premiere of The Walking Dead ends with Rick Grimes and a horse getting swarmed by zombies after he travels into what major
New
US
Orleans
city? I have no idea.
Me either.
Hunter Hall, play the clip of Christian getting bodied in Clemson.
It was not me.
It was. We didn't film that one, though.
No.
Wish we did.
It was funny watching that. I was like, this was literally my fear with Christian.
Uh-huh.
Was that you were going to be...
Just happened the day before.
Oh, remember our buddy to our left?
Yes.
I was running past him, and I was like, oh, I could, actually, be a penis and, ruin this guy's day. But I just told him, I'm sorry, man. And he was like...
Better luck next year, am I right?
I did that to those girls, but they deserved it.
Atlanta is the city.
Atlanta.
But I told him sorry. And
It's
he's
okay.
like, it's okay.
Nah.
Kevin Costner.
He's a baseball player. No, I don't know.
Skip it, come back to it. See if we can get this
I'm
last
not
one.
a big Western man. I'm not no Texas Christian.
Noah Kahn.
Noah Kane.
Oh, Shrink.
No, I like Noah Kahn.
No, stop it.
Good music.
Garbage.
No.
Garbage.
Garbage.
No.
And you're coming to the Youngboy concert and you like Noah Kahn? No.
Sorry, I
Dances with
have a
Wolves.
diverse music taste.
No.
Mm-mm.
You were listening to Justin Bieber this morning.
That's better than Noah Kahn.
No. We did it. 9 for 9 once
9
again.
for 9.
Appreciate you guys. We'll be back tomorrow morning, 7 to 9 a.m. Thank you for hanging out with us once again.
Gotta get Noah home.
Oh, I forgot to ask
Dude, I
Tiger
need to get
Tuba Ken about parking. Where the hell does he
yeah.
park? There's a parking crisis on LSU's campus
I know,
right now.
I've heard.
I'd love to hear him talk about it. He's probably as fed up as anybody.
We should have asked him
Shoot.
about that.
Okay. If I see him, I'll ask him.
There you go. We appreciate you guys.
He needs
We'll
the
be back.
walking. You heard him. He wants to be
Well,
fit.
yeah, I guess he might park really far away, and he just puts on his weighted vest and gets to class.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Randy Jones, the new nickname for our guy over here is no longer Christian Youngboy. His name is Chrissy.
Chrissy.
He's Chrissy.
Chrissy with the pissy.
Just Chrissy. So,
Chris
anytime you
my
need to
piss.
talk to him,
Chrissy wants a missy.
it's Chrissy.
Oh,
Chrissy
he does
needs
need a
a
missy.
Chrissy needs a missy.
Elliot.
One day.
One day.
Put that thing down, flip it in reverse, sit.
Yum, 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 yum. Lil' Kim, she's fat. Don't do that. What the fuck was that? Stop it. It's not like any picture nose. Get out of here.
We appreciate you guys. We'll be back tomorrow
want
morning,
this?
7 to 9
No.
a.m.
Don't keep that over there.
See you then.
Sorry.
Love you guys. Like, subscribe, send it to your friends, tell them to.
Tiger Tuba
family.
Kent.
Tiger Tuba Kent.
Chase your dreams.
Glenn West.
Chase your dreams.
Come on.
I could be 6'10".
Yes, you can if you try hard enough.
I am laying down.
Disgusting.
It's Tingle and Go.